So with the Sooners heading down to the Red River rivalry this weekend, obviously you throw all logic out the window when it comes to talking about this game. But there is a reason why Oklahoma fans should be excited about the offense going into the Red River rivalry and how that could set up the offense for the rest of the season. If you guys watched last week, the offensive line had their best performance against Auburn. You saw breakout games from J.J. Hester. You saw great things in the screen passes, specifically in the very first one to Brennan Thompson, right? We saw great things from the offense in Auburn. Oklahoma has had 2 weeks to really work on this offense, maybe get Michael Hawkins a little bit more implemented into the playbook that Seth Luttrell is actually going to want to run. And for the Oklahoma Sooners, that is actually really great news because ideally, Texas doesn't have any film on Michael Hawkins. Additionally, everything that they do have on film, it's probably not going to be the actual offense that we want to run. You were able to win a game against Auburn without really playing, I think, the offense that Seth Luttrell wants to roll out this week. So we're going to talk about it today, and I want to get y'all's thoughts. So jump in the comments below, join the discussion, and as always, make sure you guys hit that like and hit that subscribe button. But I want to start on the offensive line first because we haven't really talked about that this week, and you guys know I love talking about the offensive line. And the reason why I think this is so key and crucial to this week, and this is why I need you guys to stick with me here. Every single year about the Texas game, Bill Bedenbaugh and the offensive line, they usually figure it out. This is the game where they figure out who needs to be in the lineup, and they really figure out that chemistry and being able to play with each other. For example, if you guys remember last year, Oklahoma was playing Troy Everett at left guard for a while, and then in that game, he was getting beat, and Bill Bedenbaugh pulled him out, and he put Caden Green in, and I think that's all she wrote, right? You know, Caden Green came in and he was the bona fide starter at that position. And we looked at him and said, this guy is going to be an All-American. And with all of the talent Oklahoma has on this offensive line, I'm not saying that you're going to see another true freshman come in on the offensive line this year and supplant himself over a tenured offensive line. But I do think what you're going to see is you're going to see this rotation be solidified. And quite honestly, I think you might see Troy Everett have a little bit of a redemption story in this game. He might come back out this week, play exceptional at left guard, and take that spot back. And I think that has been the one area on the offensive line that if you're an Oklahoma fan, you've had the most questions about, right? And this is where you should feel good about it because your offensive line is as healthy as it has been all season. And right now, you've got all three of your best tackles out. You've got Tarquin, Sexton, and Taylor. You've got Fabichi Wewu at right guard, who's I think by the numbers, he's been your best blocker. I think one of your best on the season. And then you've got Branson Hickman at center. If you can get Sexton back at the left tackle and solidify that left guard, whether it's a Heath Ozida, a Troy Everett, or as a lot of Oklahoma fans have wanted to see, an Eddie Pierre-Louis, this offense is going to really start to make a lot of strides that Oklahoma fans have wanted to see. So one of the biggest things that you need to watch for, and I think that you need to be excited about this week, that's definitely something I'm excited about, is the offensive line. Because last week, there wasn't a single offensive lineman outside of Jacob Sexton that didn't grade up into the 70s. Jacob Sexton was the only one. He was at 66.2 that didn't grade into the 70s. You had Fabichi Wewu at 80.5, Branson Hickman at 78.4, Michael Tarquin at 77.1, which I don't understand all the hate from Michael Tarquin because he's literally been the best tackle on the best blocker on the team, especially in pass blocking. Fabichi Wewu's been right there on his heels at number 2. But you look at the offensive line, you're starting to see this chemistry together. This is what you need. This is what you need to be able to help the running game get going, to provide your true freshman quarterback just a little bit more security and confidence back there. So I look at that, and then I look at the wide receiver game. Because last week you saw J.J. Hester. It felt like he was gaining more confidence. You saw him get that long catch. You saw Michael Hawkins try to air it out to Brennan Thompson. Like, Brennan Thompson would have been gone if Michael Hawkins delivers that ball where it's supposed to be. Again, those are things that we didn't see in the first 3 or 4 weeks for Oklahoma. Like you saw against Tennessee, Jackson Arnold connected with Brennan Thompson on a long pass, but it was called back due to a defensive offsides. Don't ask me about that. I'm still salty about it. But you're catching my drift here, right? We are seeing things now from the offense that we haven't seen. And last week, with Michael Hawkins being his first true start, and it was on the road, those are all things that you can build on. And again, the Oklahoma Sooners offense had 2 weeks to practice, build a little bit more chemistry, get things together. You heard Brent Venables talk about in his presser this week. He has plays. They have plays written up for Jacoby Johnson. They have packages there, whether that's a jet sweep, whether those are deep balls, right? Whether those are passing the ball into the middle of the field. They have packages ready to go for Jacoby Johnson. And those are answers that you've needed. Those are answers that we've requested from Seth Luttrell and the offense. And if Oklahoma can go in there and capitalize on these opportunities that we all know they're going to have, like they're going to have opportunities. These Texas fans that tell you the Texas defense is so good that Oklahoma's not going to score. Like I've seen Texas fans throw out 42-17 or 52-17, right? And I'm just like, those seem really like those that spread seems too big. And you're telling me Oklahoma's offense, I don't think they've given up more than 25 points this season in a game, is going to give up almost double the amount that they've given up in one game in this game. I just don't think that's going to happen. In fact, I think you're more likely to see the reverse roll than you are to see Oklahoma get rolled in a score like that. So again, I know everybody is really reserved on the offense, but I think we have Taylor Tatum coming back. We're going to see in the injury report, which hasn't came out yet, but it sounds like Taylor Tatum is going to be back. You've got the packages for Jacoby Johnson. You saw J.J. Hester get that confidence last week. You saw the offensive line improve for their second straight week in a row, and then have 2 weeks off to not only get healthy and rest, but learn the offense, get that chemistry going. These are all things that should make you feel good about the offense going into Texas. So, as always, I want to hear from y'all. Make sure you guys are joining the discussion, jumping down in the comments below. I posted a couple polls in the community tab, so go out there and vote on those. But I'll let you guys jump in, and I want you guys to tell me who you think the leading wide receiver is going to be. And of course, I'm going to give you guys that were either targets for Texas or guys that were on the team for Texas, right? So a Jaquez Petaway, a Brennan Thompson. You know what? I'll give you J.J. Hester, even though he wasn't a target for Texas, but he's a pretty big target for Oklahoma. So jump in the comments below, join the discussion, and as always, make sure you guys hit that like and you hit that subscribe button.